maybe help us understand sort of what's coming down the pipe on the stablecoin side of things. Obviously, stablecoins are a very important aspect for real-world assets to scale.
Basically, the way that it's being looked at is like, okay, we really want legislation passed on centralized stablecoin. The reason for that is actually because it's easy. Then you get to like the other end of the spectrum, and you get to basically like Terra Luna blowing up. And what that resulted in is, how can we ban this? And I think we've gotten to the point where like, we're not gonna get a ban, but we probably will get like, what we've seen in bills already that have been drafted is like a moratorium. And the way the language is pretty much drafted is basically to say, if you have like a native token that is also backing that stable coin, then there's gonna be a moratorium on developing those. That win is actually really important, limiting it like that, because then you've got something like DAI that survives. And like, why is it important and why is it like not obvious that DAI would survive? And it's because its ultimate backstop is a native token maker on its chain that is essentially backing it. The policymakers have been looking at is, okay, we're not going to stop that. And the reason is because most of it is backed by some kind of crypto assets, other real world assets that are maybe like off chain, right? If it's 80, 90% backed, primarily backed by like real assets, like you shouldn't look at that and be like, oh, you know, if 10% of people pull assets out, like we should pull our assets out too, which frankly was the only thing you could do the second you saw Luna blowing up. Then you can have a native asset that actually backs it, but it's just not going to be the primary thing backing it. I think that we're very far away from seeing anything done on like the DAI side of the world. Like, whereas like I think Luna, the answer is like, it's just not even politically viable to try to like protect anything that looks anything like Luna. But let's not ban it, because like we shouldn't ban experiments, right? And then let's deal with like the centralized stable coins that everyone agrees on.